I loved Skylanders ever since I was a kid. You know what else I loved ever since I was a kid? Pokemon. That's right. Today we're gonna turn into Victor Frankenstein and merge these two franchises together. I originally thought to make this one big video with all these Skylander games, but then I remembered that I don't want to edit a lot, so instead I'll make a video on each of the 6 games. Also, if the typing is real obvious, I'm not going to explain why. Okay, without further ado, let's do this. Spyro. Let's start with the face of this series, and the one who started it all. Spyro. For the typing I gave him Dragon, obviously, I mean it's literally in his name, Spyro the Dragon. I thought about just leaving the one typing, but then I remember that he has a lot of fire attack. His primary is him breathing fire, so I gave him fire type. Makes sense, Dragon Fire. Cinder. Can't talk about Spyro without mentioning Cinder. Originally I thought about Dragon Ghost, however the Ghost typing didn't really click. She doesn't look undead or anything like that, even though she's a Skylander of the undead element, so I just gave her Dragon Electric. Gilgrant. Good old Gilgrant. He's the first Skylander figure I ever had. Got him in Toys R Us. So many memories. Anyway, for his typing I gave him Fire type. Who will have guessed? I was thinking about giving him Steel, so for at least this gear he has, but I abandoned this idea. I'll give it to his Supercharger variant. Too early? Trigger Happy. Now this one's tricky. I don't even know which type would fit him the most. Steel, because of his weapon, doesn't feel right, except for his guns. Nothing screams Steel about him, so I just gave him normal typing. To be honest, nothing screams Tech about him either. Bash. He really reminds me of Tyrantrum, so I gave him similar typing. However, Earth Skylanders are gonna be, well, not really tricky, but you know, since there's ground and rock type in Pokemon, I have to decide which one to choose. Dragon Rock. I have this funny blue figure. I don't have the regular one. Boomer. Yeah, another tricky one. Same with Trigger Happy. I'll give him normal typing, but then I thought that only normal typing isn't enough. And since his main weapons and his arsenal is dynamite and explosive, I'll have a fire type to him. Nothing about his design screams fire, but shh. Chop Chop. This one's quite easy. Ghost, because he's, well, undead. Plus a skeleton can really work on its own, do they? And Steel. His body is covered in steel armor, so it makes a lot of sense. Camo. Dragon Grass. It's pretty self-explanatory, I don't think I need to go deeper with it. Dino Rank. Originally I thought giving him Rock Ground, but I feel like Rock is enough. No, I want him Dragon. He's a dinosaur, not a dragon. Double Trouble. No, the magic element Skylander also will be tricky, probably more tricky than the tech one. Much trickier than Earth also. Since there isn't a magic-like type in Pokemon, I think Fairy will fit the most here. Drill Sergeant. Steel. Yes? Drobot. Dragon Steel. He's a dragon cyborg. Eruptor. Fire Rock. His body made of magma with these cracks, so the rock typing, you know, makes sense. Flame Slinger. His name says it all. Fire type. I'll also think about fighting, but he doesn't really fight like using his body, you know, fists and kicks. He doesn't throw punches, so I just left the fire. Ghost Roster. Again, name says it all, Ghost type. His chain mace is made out of metal, not bone like there's with his body, so Ghost Steel. Hex. She's a witch. A dark witch. Since witches are often seen in fairy tales, why not give her Dark Fairy? Igniter. He's a fire-spirited armor. Fire Steel. Lightning Rod. His primary are lightning bolts, so electricity makes sense. He's also flying around on clouds, so are they his legs? So I think flying also fits. Electric flying. Even though flying types are weak against electric... Hey, it's meant to make sense design-wise, not gameplay. Rock. Slam Bam. He's a Yeti. Yetis live in snowy mountains. And also, he's a brawler. He's a Yeti brawler. Ice Fighting. Sonic Boom. Flying. I will give her sound type if Pokemon ever decide to add it. But hey, I'm not gonna make fun types to this. Stealth Elf. She's a ninja of the life element, so grass fighting. I was thinking about grass dark, but no, fighting is way better. And I just like fighting types. Stump Smash. Is that Tunk 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 Sahur? He's a tree that smashes things. Grass fighting. Sunburn. This one's hard. On the other hand, he's a phoenix, a bird. but on the other, he is a part of the dragon group of Skylanders. One type slot is already occupied by fire, so you have to choose between flying or dragon. In the end, I chose flying, to fit more on the Phoenix aesthetic. I just like Phoenixes. I love you, Inferno. Terrafin. He's a ground shark who loves to punch things. Ground fighting. Voodoo. Yet again, another tricky magic Skylander. I feel like fairy type fits the magic element the most. Kinda stretched though. His abilities evolve around electricity. Well, fairy electric. Warnado. Warnado is an air turtle who can spawn tornadoes. So flying, obviously, fits the most. There isn't much I can say. Wamshell. Wamshell is a crab-like creature with big golden mace. Water still makes sense. He's a, well, as I said, water creature with thick armor and big as mace. I like crabs. Whirlwind. Another dragon. Yay! She's a hybrid of a dragon and a unicorn. So dragon flying. I was thinking that the fairy type would fit more in the unicorn part, however, nothing about her design screams fairy unicorns. More like folklore unicorns. You know what I mean, so I stick with dragon flying. Wrecking Ball. Another tricky magic Skylander, just give him normal fairy, it would work. Zap. Another dragon dilemma. Since he's a dragon type it would make sense, you know. But he's a water element Skylander that uses electricity for attacking and such. So I feel like water electric feels much better. And the last one for this video, Zook. Zook is like a bamboo-like plant, and he's a life element Skylander, so grass, of course. He also uses bazooka as his main weapon. And what does such firearms create? Fire. Grass fire. So, this is the end. This was really fun to make. Yes, some were more tricky than the other ones, but in the end I managed to get them all. And let me tell you, it's not got any easier from now on. To be honest, it's easier to give Skylanders Pokemon types than to give Pokemon Skylander elements. No, I'm not doing this. For now, that's all. Hope you enjoyed, and see ya next time. God bless. Amen.